What is a time? Some people say that the time is a river that flows only forward and never backward. Others say that the time is something that will happen sooner or later. But you know what? Speedrunners don't care about the timeline, so they will break the curse of events to the fullest. And why not? Let's start with the fact that Speedrunner is quite special in terms of mechanics, especially in manipulating the time. So, our today's hero who broke the speedrun record is renzero with a result of 20 minutes and 26 seconds. This record was set 8 months ago, so today we will talk about this person and how he broke the record. My name is Fareinheits, you are on this video, so take a seat and we will start. And also don't forget to join our Discord server where you can find many stuff in there and many cool people. And here we go! Before we start, I'd like to explain the speedrun technique in Prince of Persia, because it's quite unique here, unlike the most games, and it's called zips. The essence of this mechanic is that we can use time rewind to move anywhere, ignoring any obstacles and activate the triggers that are needed for further speedrunning. This glitch works like this. The game has its own memory that records any movement of the character, even it is a sword strike, running along the wall, rolling, blocking or parrying attacks. All of these are actions, but in a game this memory can be overloaded, thereby getting the desired result. That is, in absolutely all Prince of Persia speedruns, speedrunners try to overload this memory so that glitch works properly. The minimum number of events to overload the memory is 22 events, but some speedrunners use the mouse wheel instead of actively pressing the W key, because it is trivially faster and more efficient, so you can get a lot of events in one scroll of the wheel. So, most often use the mouse wheel. It's also worth mentioning that depending on what action do you do, it can affect on the movement of the character. So it may be that when you want to teleport on the top, your character may be thrown off the map, so you need to clearly and carefully calculate the strength of the zips. I try to show you analogy of how it works, but I don't have enough experience to share you. So I leave you reader with a link from renzero how the glitches works. So, renzero starts his race like any other play, choosing a difficulty level and all that. But if you pay attention, you might have noticed that our speedrunner doesn't have any level loading animation and has chosen it as a difficult level. Since animations also waste time in otherwise valuable speedrunner, especially when every second counts, these loading animations can be removed and it will not break the rules of speedrunner.com. And now for the less difficult level on easy level. Monsters have less HP and Prince can deal more damage, and that's why we expect a Sandmaster X, with which we quickly give Shady a quick smack on her head. Then we got to the shore of the Time Island. The speedrunner doesn't do any particularly interesting tricks, just simple skips of some parkour segments, but that's until we get to the place with the spider sword, where our speedrunner simply bypasses the trigger to start the scene, thus saving a fairly large chunk of time. So, our speedrunner stands to this column and press the spacebar to be teleported to the place we need. So we wish he can bypass the locked door, but on the way we come across our old Crowmaster. But today we will not fight with him, so our speedrunner here for the perfect angle and vertical run, jumps onto the ledge and runs around the wall in similar way which we found the perfect angle, and again jumps to the column and already gets into the room with the time portal. Oh Jesus, if you just know how much time we skipped some locations in the speedrun, I actually can just describe it, so just accept. Oh wait, I need back to video, right? When the speedrunner received the sense of time, he was unstoppable. He immediately went to the certain corner and then began to overflow the game's memory in such a way that he could squeeze through the molecules and atoms and get the fountain with royal moonshine. In general, every successful Prince of Persia fan knows that isn't the fountain with water, this is fountain with vodka. And when the our speedrun successfully overhauled the memory and got where he needed to go, he had to save the game and die. Since we got there much earlier, the game didn't even load the textures, so if we die, we will thereby load all necessary locations from which we can already move. Similarly, we can skip the puzzle with pipes, because it will make a long time, and plus, executioners will tear us apart, so we save, restart the game, and we are now a sand race. In general, our goal main is to get the Scorpion Sword so that we can deal at least some damage to Kailina. And I will remind you that the main weapon has a very strong effect on this damage to the additional weapon. Once the speedrunner is in the right position to overflow the memory, the speedrunner begins to perform many different actions to get down to the sword stand, and thus get it for the final battle. The speedrunner doesn't fight his enemies, but rolls around them, takes a position to overflow the game's memory, and accordingly gets into the library to find a new great position to teleport the mechanical tower. But the speedrunner was a little unlucky. The prince got stuck in textures, and because of this, speedrunner lost a little time. However, we managed to get Prince back on his feet and accordingly to perform a few more skips. By the way, speaking of the rolls, the mechanic used by speedrunner works such a way that if you point the camera in right position, the game will think that we are moving forward, although we are walking straight and fast. Now the speedrunner used the same zips to get out from mechanical tower and accordingly used the same zip to get the conversation platform. When we use the zip trick, we could see that some of the textures and locations wasn't uploaded, so our speedrunner just quickly go back so we could upload all textures and locations, and we just move forward to the hourglass, where we again gonna use zips and any other glitches. So, when our speedrunner successfully used the zip glitch, we can finally go to the hourglass chamber, and from here we actually can move to this throne room, where we can again use the zips and move to the portal of time. So, our speedrunner used maybe the last zip glitch to just get to fight arena with Kailina. And this moment is quite interesting because we actually didn't use any zip glitches, just one specific glitch which help us to defeat Kailina more faster than we could even imagine. Now to the final. When our speedrunner will fight this Kailina, he will use one such a small glitch that will not allow the Kailina to make an attack or at least block it. But we need to remember one thing, that this glitch is knocked down after one quick time event, and you will need to reroll this glitch again. But this can be quickly fixed by slowing down or rewinding the time for less than a second. And then our speedrunner simply use an unbreakable axe to help us kill Kailina faster. And there you go, the game was completed in 11 minutes and 26 seconds, which is a great record that is unlikely to be beaten. In general, what I want to say personally to Renzero, thank you for a pretty great speedrun and for explaining the mechanical zips, you are really a great person. Most likely you'll be wondering why the video is so short, although the speedrun takes 11 minutes and 26 seconds. Look, I tried to make the video more informative and short, explain what works and how, especially about the mechanical zips, and most likely the video did not turn out to be directly grandiose, but I did what I should have done a long time ago, and it will be fair if you rate this video as it should. In general, if there is no activity for a while, the channel will be frozen because I have a job and it's not a good idea to combine several things like study and job and my YouTube channel, so here we goes. But I also will be grateful if you leave a lot of activities and views under this video like in old good days. Do not forget to visit our Discord server, there is a lot of information there. And once again, I want to thank renzero for explaining the work of this mechanic, and also to Prince of Persia fandom for their assets and good memories. Yeah. So, it was Fareinheits with you. See you soon, guys.